Hello there. What is going on, everybody? We are playing some Star Wars Armada today. We're playing up at Coliseum of Comics on East Colonial, and I'm running a Rebel Squadron fleet. It is a buy fleet, and what I mean by that is it may sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Baby, buy. All right, it's got 3 B wings, 3 Y wings, and 3 E wings, spelling out literally BYE. I'm running Leia on a Providence. I've got a Hammerhead Corvette with gunnery team and quad battery turrets. I've got a TRC 90 and a GR 75. It's actually a combat retrofit. I need to adjust the bases a little bit. I've got Bomber Command Center on there, CR 90, Hammerhead, and pretty much a carrier Rebel Providence from Rapid Reinforcements 1. Flight controllers, flighter coordination team, auxiliary shields, boosted comms, and expanded hangar bay. And of course, Leia is the commander. She's simple enough, and we'll see how well this list works. All right, so we're set up on playing Matt first, and he has a pretty well-rounded fleet. He's got a Kuat, a Quasar, a Demolisher, Mauler Mythal, Howlrunner, a couple of TIEs, a Comsnet Gazanti. Really well-rounded fleet. I'm set up over here. We went with Intel sweeps, so he set his Kuat to be his objective ship. I set my CR-90 to be my objective ship, and we're going to get started here. I had the bid with a single point, so I took first player, and we'll see how this game goes. Into the first round, we're on the squadron phase, just some initial movement, both taking it pretty slow here.
That's the
Okay, so end of round 2, the squadron's engaged. I went in first, took out a couple of TIE fighters, including a named one. I took out the Black Squadron TIE fighter. He took out 2 E-wings with Howlrunner and then flight controller. So he had lots of dice and rerolls coming in. But I'm first player. I'm going to get to go first next round. So we're going to do some things. There's going to be some interesting challenges happening next round. All right, so beginning of round 3, I had to go with my CR-90 first. He was kind of in the way, and I didn't activate my squadrons, but he went with his Quasar first, and now he's taking out all... It was like whoever activated squadrons first was going to take out like 3 or 4 of the other ones, and he just rolled like 5 hits and took out a Y-wing.
I did. I didn't deserve that.
Woo! Nasty. All right, who's going next?
I'm going to go ahead and activate generic TIE
into that one, and he'll get the Howlrunner and the flight controller.
Yep.
Oh god. Okay. Finally, only 2 hits. You get 1 reroll.
Swarm reroll.
All right, so 2 damage. He can survive. All right. Beginning of turn 4, I did lose a Hammerhead, all my E-wings, and 2 Y-wings. I cut some damage on the front of the Star Destroyer with B-wings, and I moved some more over this way. We're gonna try and take out a Gladiator this turn. I don't know if we'll succeed or not, but it's always fun to try. I'm up 2-1 right now for objectives too, so it's probably gonna be pretty close. He's up on kill points, but I've got possibly a 75-point advantage. And since his objective ship is a Star Destroyer, I see no possible way that he's going to be able to do a reverse to get that one. So I think you're capped out at 1 point for this game.
I think so.
All right, we're starting round 5. This may be the last round for time. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff lost. The TIE fighters really shredded my squadrons, and this guy rolled like 8 damage against my CR-90, just an insane amount. So, granted, I got 75 points over there. It's not going to be enough because I've only taken out 3 TIE fighters, but I'm going to kill Demolisher this round, hopefully. All right, on turn 5, I took out the Quasar. I rolled really well against it, but my squadrons, I activated squadrons, threw everything we had at this guy, and I just rolled blank after blank after blank, left him with 1 health left. I thought for sure I was taking out that Gladiator, and apparently I was just a little mistaken. Here, let me mark that. Okay. All right, we're still moving. He didn't kill me here. Got a damage through. I rammed, stayed there, got a shot on the front, but just got all of his shields down. He did engineering and repaired, so he's got 2. It takes 2 more damage to try to kill this guy. All right, so end of round 5. He bumped here. This guy had only 1, maybe 1 more round. If I could have hit this guy with a squadron command, I could have gotten the 1 extra damage to kill this guy. However, we ran out of time. it's going to be very, very close. I think he's got it, but I did take out a Quasar at least, and that's got a lot of upgrades on it, so there's some points, and I got 75 for Intel Sweep. So we'll see. All right, so at the end of the game, he had 193 to my 171, so really close. Really close. If I could have taken out the Demolisher, that would have been everything. But I had three squadrons in a row, rolled all blanks, even after reroll. Absolutely insane. Absolutely, I just need one damage to kill that thing. Just one. Absolutely nuts. Nuts bonkers. All right, so we're moving on to round number 2, and I'm playing Andrew today. And Andrew has got running Separatists, Patriot Fleet, Patriot Fist with TF 1726, an Invincible with PDICs. Oh, I hate PDICs. And then 2 B2 Rocket Trooper hard cells. No squadrons, but then again PDICs. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, you're just gonna turn all my doubles to blanks. So we'll see. He had the bid. He took second player. I chose Ion Storm from his objectives. So we're going to do some obstacles without the station. And he's going to get to shoot me and get a special critical attack. We're set up. Beginning of round 1. Just moving out slowly. A lot of stuff to deploy to speed 1. All right, beginning of round 3. Put some damage on this guy. This guy's coming in fast. I forgot that the Separatist Providence can move speed 3, while the Rebels can only move speed 2, which is very interesting to me. So I didn't expect this guy to come in as fast. I was thinking, oh, he's just slow, just like me. No, he's very fast. So we'll see if I'm going to try and move this Hammerhead and get him out of the way, because that Patriot Fist is got all his shields down and is probably going to kill him this turn unless well, he can still very much easily die this turn. Okay, we're starting round 5, and this is we have 2 ships left each. All the squadrons are still alive, although some are very close to dying. All right, at the end of the game, he didn't take out his flagship. Didn't look like I was going to be able to, especially with PDICs. So I had a lot of squadrons that were about to die, so I just flew them all away. And I think he got 5 points off of Ion Storm, so this one's going to be a little close. I think I managed to pull that out, but we got to add it up, because that's a lot of extra points. It's 75 extra points. It's not bad. All right, so at the end, it ended up being 251 to 163, so like a 90-something points, so 7-4. So it was a pretty good game. Still fairly close. If he didn't have PDICs, I think I would have just like gone all in with the squadrons. But I was going to lose at least a couple more B-wings, and so that I would have given him like an extra like 30 or 40 points, and I didn't want to risk that at the time. So I said the last round of the game we're going to fly away, and that's what we did. But real fun game. It was nice to like see the bombers kind of do some damage. They did some work, and that was really helpful. But the raid tokens really hurt, though. Like Jedi Hostage hurt, and then he got the squadron raid token on me here, and I didn't have. Leia isn't really built to, oh, I'll take a free token. She's like, no, you have to do the command, and you get the effect of the token, but you can't. So raid tokens can hurt Leia. That was something I hadn't been prepared for. So maybe it's worth, having a comms net in the fleet at some point. Although it seems, I don't know, it seems kind of counter to what Leia's doing, but it's nice to have the option. Maybe Hondo would give me that option, yeah, and he can go anywhere. So there's options. There's ways to make things work. But it was a super fun game.
Well, that about concludes it for this list. This was a fun list. Didn't do super well. The TIE Fighter Swarm really impeded my progress. I ended up with a 5-6 and then a 7-4. So it didn't really place anywhere noteworthy, but ultimately had a pretty good time. I didn't get crushed too badly either, so it was very middle of the road sort of list. I think there's certain things that I could do better. There were some decisions, going up against the TIE Fighter Swarm. I should have taken a bump earlier and activated my carrier. Even if it meant I was going to bump one of my other ships, that would have turned the tide in that game. I think I also could have maybe downgraded my combat refit for the GR75. I ended up not needing to shoot with that particular ship very much. It didn't do very much good. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 shots the whole day. and they were kind of inconsequential shots at that. So, you know, getting rid of those, you know, those points there, I could have probably added Jaina's Light to the CR90, and maybe added Hondo Anaka as an officer that could have helped. One of the cool things that Hondo can do, would have done really nicely, is to help me deal with raid tokens. There were a couple of key turns where I really needed to activate squadrons, and where I was raided and I couldn't, and Hondo would have given me the flexibility to do that. There are going to be some times when you're running Leia, you need more than one command for various reasons, whether it be engineering or nav. And in the case of like maybe the Hammerhead, maybe I need a concentrate fire on there, you know, to even if it's just a token to trigger gunnery teams. So there's some lessons learned and things I could have done differently, but I think freeing up the points with that GR75 is probably the way to go. So if I were to run something like this again, I think that's what I would do. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are out of this world. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And always wash your sock. And your other sock. Hence, your socks. Not just one sock, but both of them.